Hello and welcome to the Weekend Investing Daily Byte. So today what we're going to do is we're going to do a Ask Weekend Investing round number 32. We've been doing this in the past and now continuing to do that. We've basically collected a series of questions from viewers and we're going to answer the queries. So this we will likely to do every Friday going forward. Please do read the disclaimer and to subscribe to the channel if you haven't so far. So markets pulling in a surprise 1.1% up on Nifty. This was nobody's guess 4 days back. We were looking for a pullback to target number 2, which was the pivot high of the previous down candle. I think the market has surprised everybody right now. And of course, there is optimism and some hope for some unexpected news in the budget. Maybe the market knows something that we don't. That is the best guess that one can make at this point. Usually, if if I can say more often than not, market would not have rallied this hard were there anything really bad in the budget. So I think a bad budget is out of the window for most part. I would say 99% you will not get a bad budget. Yes, it may be a lame budget and we may slump down a bit post that. That is the best guess that I can make out of these price moves. Nifty Junior also gaining 1.5%, a good decent day for Nifty Junior. Nifty mid caps 1.73%, a very sharp comeback on mid caps. You can see that we are very near now the entire breakdown point of the current month. Small caps also 1.7% up, yet to close this gap here. So small caps are a bit nervous still, but a decent bounce nevertheless. Bank Nifty is also now challenging the previous high here at 0.56%. So all in all, I think this week has been good. Nobody at the end of last week was expecting this kind of a week. So we've kind of overachieved what the general expectation was. 407 advances to 91 is always welcome. Heat map mostly green, whether it is FMCG, autos, uh, energy, IT, and even infrastructure stocks and general stocks were also green. In the Nifty next 50 space, also a lot of green, but pharma was down. Bank of Baroda specifically was down, but a good run in most public sector enterprise stocks as well as Adani stocks, power stocks, and cement stocks. In the sectoral trend, you can see public sector and energy stocks have zoomed today 2.6% each. FMCG zoomed 2%, real estate 1.9%. Real estate has now made a comeback of almost 8% in the last 1 week. Most sectors have now turned green for the last 1 week. Metals are down 0.5%, IT down 2%, and pharma is down 2% for the week gone by. So very good week. It is giving a lot of confidence to people who had just kind of given up on the market 5 days back. Public sector enterprise stocks making a good comeback, good bounce. NHPC, GAIL, BHEL, IRCTC, BEL of the kind doing very, very well. So let's now get into the Ask Weekend Investing round. We will do this every Friday. On every Thursday, you will have an opportunity to send us your query, and hopefully we will take care of all the queries that come to us. We've dealt with 594 queries so far in the past. A lot of videos are available. The description will have those links. And let's get into the crux of it. 595 is the query number. What we have been talking about gold a lot. What products do you suggest the average investor to invest in and why? So I think if you are convinced about gold, gold ETFs and physical gold remain the best sort of go-to places. Of course, there are some sovereign gold bonds also that are available sometimes at some at some decent price. So be a lookout for those. I'm not a very big fan of digital gold being sold on platforms like, for instance, wallets and so on and so forth, because counterparty risk is there, and of course, even in ETFs and mutual funds, that risk remains. So physical gold is the like the top of the hierarchy, and then there is ETFs, sovereign gold bonds, then ETFs, then mutual funds, then maybe digital gold. 596, what are your views on AI? Is it the same as dot-com bubble? How is it going to impact? I think I don't have enough uh, expertise to comment on this. There are many folks from the IT world who are there on our timeline, so I'm sure some of them will pick up this sequence. I mean, you can't brush it off, but maybe we may be getting ahead of ourselves in terms of how much it will really trickle down to in terms of changing the world. So that there is a sort of a give and take there. But yes, I'm as a individual user, I'm using a lot of AI now, on Grok and on these new AI tools. So it is helping in productivity as well as enhancement of knowledge. I think that is one area which really can help a lot of folks. You can continue to have a conversation and enhance your knowledge. So I think we will have more opportunity of a free sort of a knowledge base, and productivity will definitely go higher. So you'll have to up your game in your own jobs to really beat. So basically, a good user of AI will become like the commodity that employers will go for. If AI can replace what you are doing right now, then you are obsolete and you need to upgrade. 597. Any plans on introducing a strategy to take advantage of the momentum on the downside using FNO long and short strategy? So we had stairs strategy run for almost a decade. We are no longer running that strategy. We are completely focusing on long only as a business decision. So we don't have any strategy on long and short. 598. When I entered the stocks with less amount, when stock goes up, I keep adding, like my investment becomes more. But when stock suddenly falls 30%, so I come in loss because my investment become more at last stage. How to cope up with this? So pyramiding up on a position is a very tricky game. It is a game especially for experts. How many times you pyramid up, at what uh, intervals do you pyramid up, at what quantities do you pyramid up? It will require a lot of systematic, I would say, planning, uh, uh, methodical, you can say, modeling, and a lot of back testing to really come to that figure where you will feel comfortable about pyramiding up, because one stock may let you pyramid 10 times, whatever parameter you may choose. The other one may fall after 2 times. So most great of the great traders pyramid like 3-4 times. That's what I've heard. I don't pyramid, but that's where some of the experts on the X platform can help you. 599. Are there any PMS purely based on momentum style? I'm sure there are. I am not aware. I think Capital Mind does one purely on momentum. Maybe Right Research also has one. We probably will not start a PMS, but we'll go for an AIF in 2025. That's my sort of gut feel right now. But I'll update you once plans are ready. 600 is, what is the churn ratio of HNI cap compounder? You'll need to send me email or send support mail, because we'll need to calculate that and send to you. I don't have it on top of my head, but it will be somewhere close to 2 to 3 times is my guess, without really getting into it. 601, you're doing a great job by explaining to us concepts and nuggets of the market in easy to understand manner. Thank you very much, sir. Is it possible for you to launch a small case which has momentum plus growth and value as well? Kindly advise. So I have zero expertise in growth and value investing, so let's not expect me to do everything. I'm sure there are other much more brilliant advisors out there who are able to do this combine. I'm very happy with just momentum. I think overall, over a complete market cycle, we've demonstrated just momentum is good enough. 602, what is the rebalance frequency for 50/50 small cap gold portfolio? So I think you're talking about the 50/50 NG 50/50 portfolio. So that is rebalanced every month. 603, what type of gold to invest in? Is it gold bees? Another one is, do you mean purchasing gold bees? Max drawdown means max fall from peak. Yes. So answering both these queries together, gold bees is a great product to invest in if you want to invest in gold. That is the ETF by Nippon AMC. There's another one from Zerodha, which is a gold case, which is also picking up. Um, uh, and 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 when I say buy gold, I don't automatically mean buy gold bees, but gold bees is a good instrument to go for. Max drawdown means max falls from peak. That's right. You are absolutely right. 604, great video, data driven. It's obvious that you are pro gold. Then why don't your small cases have an exposure to gold? So we do have a small case called Evergreen, MI Evergreen, which has done very well. Um, we would love to have more small cases with gold, but right now we don't. Because when we started weekend investing, we were always of the opinion that gold is likely an asset allocation outside the equity exposure. So we are taking care of equity portfolios. Your portfolio manager or your financial advisor will probably tell you how much gold to allocate to. But then towards I think 2 or 3 years into our start of weekend investing, we were pushed by a lot of folks to have at least one gold product. So we introduced Evergreen. Hopefully in the future we'll have more. 605, what is the difference between relative momentum and absolute momentum? So while we've done this many times, relative momentum is, as the word suggests, is relative to each other. So let's say you're looking at a Nifty 50 stock list. So you are trying to score stocks as per the momentum, and you are comparing one with the others in the group. So it is relatively which one is better off. Whereas in absolute momentum, you are looking at an absolute momentum where you're saying there may be a situation where nothing is showing positive momentum, so I'm setting in cash. So relative momentum will always stay invested in the relatively stronger stocks. Absolute momentum can go to cash. The second question is, by going with prices momentum, if we remove the losers, do we end up having more unrealized gain than realized gain? It depends upon the market cycle. If markets are coming down, you may have more realized losses. If market cycles are going up, you may have more unrealized gain than realized gain. 606 says, I'm not clear. Okay, I'm here for that. You have been propagating in your videos not to exit when the market starts going down. So don't exit the market is what I'm saying. I'm not asking you to exit the strategy, because the strategy will take care of itself. However, isn't the hallmark of momentum strategy to exit when market stock is going down? So you're confusing between two things. And good question, rather. When I say don't exit the market, it means don't exit the market. Don't cash out and sit away from the market. You can be in the market and stay in cash, because whenever the market turns, at that point of time, decision making is very difficult, how to bring in money into the market. So when you stay invested in the market, even if your strategy of weekend investing is asking you to stay in liquid bees, you are actually in the market just waiting for deployment. Whereas when you go out of the market, mentally you are out of the market, and it's very difficult to time in and gradually jump in with all your capital. Now let's say last 4 sessions market has gone up. Now are we going up or down? We don't know. So if you were sitting out and you sold at the bottom 5 days back, are you in or out? It's very difficult to say. So hence, don't get out of the market. Allow the strategy to take care of itself. 607, what is the impact of rupee drop on the market? How can rupee regain the value? So rupee drop has many issues. Of course, it benefits exporters, IT services, all those kind of things. It's a huge drain on the country's exchequer, because we import oil and a lot of other capital goods get imported. So those are the macro sort of impacts of rupee. But if rupee keeps dropping, then in local currency terms, market will keep going up, because rupee will keep dropping, and in dollar terms the market may stagnate. But in rupee terms, because more and more liquidity is getting generated, uh, you will find that market will continue to rally as rupee drops. If rupee goes from 87 to 100, you will find Nifty also go up hugely along with it. It's basically the market is losing its value, but it seems like we are gaining, right? So if you look at it in dollar terms, you'll see what is the actual position of the market. 608, I'm a momentum investor and value investor. How do I find balance in both? It is very, very difficult if you are executing yourself, because to keep your brain in two different silos, where you know on one end, one stock is getting out of your momentum portfolio and it is entering your value portfolio, or when your value portfolio is going up, and you want to enter, there's no more value left, momentum portfolio may be picking that up. So if you can keep these two in different silos and still stay sane, hats off to you. But most people will not be able to do this, because it is very, very difficult. One is a very uh, activity which is very, you can say, counterintuitive. Momentum is counterintuitive. You're we are not taught naturally to buy things that have gone up, but naturally we want to buy things that are coming down. So it is very difficult to train your brain to do momentum, and then also to on the other side to do it. But a lot of people are extremely talented. So I hope you can do that. Dheeraj Sinha says, does the opposite of momentum work for shorting? Yes, of course. I mean, there is a lot of shorting momentum strategies in the world. And using futures and using futures and options market, definitely one can try to come up with some strategies. Of course, it is not easy to do, because just like If there was a very good stock borrowing lending mechanism where you could just borrow stocks and short, then it would have become easier. But to do it with futures where one lot is like 8 lakhs and retail investors want to invest only 2 lakhs, so it for a product perspective it doesn't work. But as an institutional, or you want to do a prop desk thing, definitely, I mean, if you were shorting Tata Motors, you'll be making a lot of money. 610, for some strategies, when we are going into cash or moving towards more positive stocks because of downfall, it may incur STCG. Yes, that is possible. It can hammer the other way also as tax. How do you see this? So, see, tax is something that I really don't bother about much. There is this, I would say, a demon in most minds that short-term capital gains, oh, my returns will go to, will just crash. Let me just give you a very small example. Let's say you have a strategy which gives you only long-term results. Let's say you make 15% in that. You'll be paying 12.5% on that, right? So your net take home will be somewhere near 13%, right? Now let's say momentum or some other strategy which does, I'll say, let's assume we do entirely short-term capital gain. And let's say we are able to get just 2% more, 17%. Now you will be paying 3.4%. For simplicity's sake, I'm not adding surcharge and all that. So you're going to go from 17 to maybe 13 and a half. So with just 2% more returns, you are already beating the post-tax returns. So don't worry about this tax business. See the larger picture. If you are able to make much more in strategies than your longer games, why not? So this is where we are at the end of this episode. We've covered some queries today. I hope your queries was taken up. If not, we'll take it up next time. Don't worry about it. See you, and let us know if you like this Friday series that we're starting of Us Weekend Investing. And all the previous episodes are here. In case you wish to go through them, I'll put them in the description. And do like and share these videos. A lot of general queries will get resolved if you share these videos. And of course, do subscribe to the channel. Thanks. Bye.